I noticed the Disney shirt, so I wanted to ask you, are you headed to Disney World next now that you won the championship?
I think we're going to keep it in LA and head over to Disneyland.
Okay, gotcha.
I think the cross-country trip's not happening today.
We always talk about adversity and how it makes you stronger. You talked about the vision you had after the last Super Bowl and that you would come back and be MVP. Just tell us where that strength comes from.
Yeah, well, that is like Coach touched on a little bit. Like that's my faith. That's the most important thing in my life. Believing that I have a purpose here, that I was placed with a intentionality of exactly where I'm supposed to be. It just gives me a peace. It gives me so much peace being able to play from a place of knowing that the victory's already been won. There's no pressure to strive to succeed on anything. I get to just step into every single day and just enjoy the process, enjoy every moment. Just be fully who I am and not fear failure in any way, but just be able to pursue success and know that whatever happens it is what it is, and just be able to enjoy it and enjoy the people I'm around.
Congratulations on a great game. The coach said you don't get here alone, and he even credited your wife, as you have. You said she's your inspiration. Talk about that inspiration, and for her, how are you planning to celebrate Valentine's Day?
Wow, you really put me on the spot right now, aren't you? I think you guys got to see a little bit of our history, what she's done for me, kind of through our time together. We started dating senior year in high school. What she was for me, and kind of as I was going through college, and allowing me to kind of focus on football and providing for us when not many people are married as sophomores in college. But we believed as when you get married, you separate from your parents and you got to figure out your way on your own. And for her to be able to do that, for her sacrifices that she's made for so long, I just think she deserves the world. So just incredibly thankful for her and everything she's done for me. And I'm sure if we've got something fun planned. I don't know if it's going to happen today. We might push Valentine's Day back for us a few days.
Well, all season we could see the focus of this team on this one goal of winning yesterday. Was it as good as expected or much better?
Yeah, I think just to be able to get to that place, there's so many guys that were so deserving that, they deserve to win a Super Bowl. And you talk about someone like Eric Weddle, and what the respect he's had for this game, the time he's put in, for him to come back after a time. I mean, what an incredible story of his. But to be able to send him off the right way, you talk about someone like Andrew Whitworth, who has done things right for such a long time. Odell. There's so many guys on this team that have just been, Aaron Donald, obviously. So many guys that have just respected this game, have just put in the work and the time. And so, that was a huge thing coming into this is, so many guys just said, hey, we've got guys here that deserve a Super Bowl. We got to win this for them. And, Coach touched on just how guys play for each other. And that's what kind of makes this team so special.
Obviously, OBJ went down in the first half. You and Matt Stafford essentially took over the game on that game-winning drive when you couldn't really get anything else going. How did you and Matt just kind of accomplish that and get down to the end zone and score that game-winning touchdown?
Yeah, we talk a lot about just being able to do your job. Through a little bit of a lull there, kind of leading into halftime, and then through that third quarter, we just needed to stay the course, keep pushing, keep trusting in the details of things, and believe that regardless of whether the ball is coming to you or not, you can have an impact on the game, especially at receiver. Playing the game within the game and understanding, hey, just because of this coverage contour says I'm not getting the ball, being able to run routes and try to get a feel for how a DB is playing you. And then when it comes time, eventually that coverage is going to dictate that you get the ball and you've set your DB up. You've worked on different releases. You've set them up in a way that when it's time, you'll be able to make that play. And Stafford and I have spent a ton of time together. I think it was actually adding up in the car on the way here. Just the extra time outside of the obligatory time was north of 500 hours this season. And so you spend that much time together, just being able to talk football, talk about the preparation. The time you have focusing on that kind of stuff, you get in those moments and, just becomes second nature.
you're a team that recently moved to LA. How important was it for you all to win this Super Bowl for your fans, those that believed in you, who remained faithful to the franchise, and those newcomers that we actually got to meet yesterday, a few that lived around Inglewood and now are fans of yours?
Yeah, I think it's been such a cool thing. I think the original LA Rams fans, kind of grown up, they were younger when LA was here, and now they've got families of their own, and so now be able to come back to LA and those fans that now their parents have been Rams fans for a long time, and parents, grandparents, whatever it is, and now being able to raise up a new generation of Rams fans as well, and to be able to, in 5 years, be able to bring a championship home to this city. I think that's just it's a great thing about the city. It's what the city demands, and to be able to bring that home. First year opening up SoFi with fans, being able to win it at home in SoFi. I don't know if you could have written it any better.
How amazing does this championship feel, considering where the team was the week after Thanksgiving when you'd lost 3 in a row? You weren't beating top teams. What did you really feel at that point?
Yeah, well, there's no panic when you get to that place. Football's a game of ebbs and flows. There's mountains and valleys through, a full season, through a game, through a quarter, through a practice week. There's adversity. It's inevitable. You're going to face it. I think the belief that we have is that you're a different team at the end of the season than when you start. And, we want to continue to climb. We want to be a better team by the end of it. And week after week, it's just an opportunity to learn, fix the mistakes, and come back better the next week. And, we faced that 3-game skid right in the middle of the season. I think a lot of the times you get into a place where, that isn't the mentality. That's when the finger pointing starts happening. You feel like you got to start, starting from scratch or rewriting your process and changing things. But, we believed in what our process was. And, Vaughn touched on it, I think, coming over. It's just, win or lose, we're going to find ways to get better and just keep staying the course, take things a day at a time, 1% better every single day, keep stacking blocks, and trust that we're going to find a way to turn this thing around and find a way to get on the other side of that win-loss column. And we were able to string together some wins and just continue to grow kind of all the way through.
What are you looking forward to next season? I know you're still processing this, but looking forward to next season, do you think you guys are capable of repeating as Super Bowl champions?
I mean, certainly. I think, you go into a season, if you're going into a season and didn't think that you could win it all, it'd be a pretty depressing place to play from. So, certainly you go into every year believing that, understanding, though, that there's so much work that has to be done, so much time, so much effort, so much sacrifice has to go into that. So you certainly go in knowing that that's the goal, but like I said, we take a one day at a time mindset, dominate every single day, and hopefully you get presented with that opportunity to go out there and play on Sunday for the World Championship. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, guys.